Hi everyone, and welcome to today's video. I'm Mary Felling, physical therapist with over 30 years of experience, and in the last 25 years I've specialized in an area called the John Barnes myofascial release approach. Today's video is a little different than the others. I usually show you some techniques for helping release myofascial restrictions to gain mobility and strength and reduce pain. But today I'm going to be showing you some strengthening techniques for the ankle to help with balance, to help with recovery from a fall. And this is really good for people who are the aging adult population. And you might be wondering, why is a myofascial therapist showing us strengthening? Well, my first 7 years in physical therapy were all orthopedics and sports medicine. So I feel very fortunate I can bring that part to our videos to help you with an all-over program. All right, so today I'm going to do a couple of techniques. We're going to do 3 separate ones. And these are really good for returning strength and agility to your ankles. So those of you who do racket sports, those of you who are have to travel a lot and can get bumped back and forth in the lines at the airport or wherever you are, these are really good ones for you. And I'm going to start with a very simple one for balancing and strength. So you're going to stand with your feet shoulder width apart and one foot in front of the other. So what we've just done is given ourselves a good base of support. So the base of support goes all the way like a square behind each heel and up to each toe. So we've got a nice big base of support. I'm going to have you put your hands in front of you, and very slowly you're just going to turn your hips and your trunk left and right for 30 seconds. And we're only going to do 10 seconds to start, and I'll tell you why. In this position, you want to see how balanced do you feel or how imbalanced do you feel. You'll notice that the leg in the back is doing all the work. That's what's supposed to happen. But if you feel fairly good and you're like, well, this isn't really a big test for me, that was very simple. Those of you, I'm going to have you diminish your base of support. For those of you who said, no, I felt that made me work, you stay in this first position. Those of you who want a little more work for that back ankle, just bring your front foot over a few inches. We've just diminished your base of support, which means feet have to work harder with a smaller base of support. Your ankles have to support, the ankle muscles rather, have to support the ankle a little bit more firmly. So we're back in this position, and this one we're going to do for 30 seconds. So we've got a timer, here we go. And you're just very slowly, this is not fast, this will make your ankles work a little harder and your hip. It's continuous movement. If you feel like you're working and you're going to start falling, open up your base of support a little. This is, you just on this first day want to find out where your starting point is. So don't worry that you have to start with a big base of support. So you would stop. And you're going to switch feet. Generally, if you are in one position and you felt it work hard on that ankle, generally the other foot is going to feel it too. Unless you're somebody who's had some kind of accident, surgery, or fracture or problems with one ankle over another, they generally will work the same. So adjust accordingly. If the new ankle you're working on, which is your back ankle, is a little weaker, open up your base of support. All right, so another 30 seconds, here we go. Your arms are in front of you, just gives you another little bit of challenge. Makes you work a little harder. And that back, ankle and foot are steady. You don't want them rocking around. They should be firm, solid on the ground. If you feel like you're falling over or they feel unsteady, then you need to open your base of support a little more. Okay. And there we are, that's 30 seconds. So what you're going to do is go back and forth, maybe for 2 or 3 rounds. So I'm going to do that with you now. We're going to go back to our starting foot. If you feel like the last one wasn't much of a challenge, you can put your foot in front of the other and work that. If that's not a challenge, bring your foot right in the front, so you can see how we're shortening and we're diminishing that base of support. So I'm a little weaker on my left ankle, so I'm going to keep my other foot out. I don't necessarily have to be out here. That would not challenge me much. So I'm going to bring it in a little. All right, hands back up. And And we're doing our second set of 30 seconds. Here we go. I'm not going fast, I'm not going slow. I'm doing a controlled rotation at my trunk. And you will not only feel this in your ankle, but you will start feeling that in your quad, your thigh, and up into your hip. All right, here we are at 30 seconds. And then we're going to go back and give that other ankle a second workout. You want to be under control the whole time. So we're not going really slowly. You can if you want. It'll really work you even more. You don't want to zoom through it either. Quality, not quantity. All right, and here we are at the end of that 30 seconds. Okay, very good. So the way we're going to work this exercise is by timing, not repetition. So you just did 2 sets of 30 seconds each ankle. That's great for today. And what you can do to increase your challenge on that is every couple of days add another 5 seconds until you can do a full minute. If you're doing a full minute rotating, you have a small base of support. You've got some strong ankles. You've got a lot of good co-contraction going on at your ankles to help you with balance. So we just got done with some activity to increase the strength of the ankles. I'm going to do a little bit more focused work, and this is going to be for your calves and the front of the muscles of the front of your shins. These are called anterior tibs, anterior tibialis. And they're very important in walking and running. So they get a lot of workout. So we're just going to do a rock on the heels. So you're just going to pull your toes up and then push down on your toes to raise your heels. Bring your toes up and push down on your toes to raise your heels. Just to give you an idea of what this looks like from the side, because sometimes you can't tell from a front view. So what I'm doing is this. You can see my heels are raising off of the floor, and then as my body weight shifts back over the heels just a little, I bring my toes up, and then I shift my body weight forward again, bring my heels up, and it's just a minimal shift. This one is a little more difficult when you get the toes up to maintain your balance than it is raising up the heels. So we're going to go back and forth like that. We're going to do 10-second segments. All right, so here we go. So very slowly, up on your toes, back on your heels, up on your toes, back on your heels. All right, that's 10 seconds. It's a little more than 10 seconds. Take a break, and just bend your knee, lift your legs or your knees up. Just a few seconds and then we're back right to it. Your feet are about shoulder width apart, by the way. So here we go again. Up on the toes, back on the heels. Sorry, bring your heels up. Very good. And we're going to take another short break. So we'll do about 5 or 6 repetitions of this when you're at home and you're following along. Once you've done your 5 or 6 repetitions, if you feel you can do more power to you. You want to get about a minute worth of work up and down, and then do a second minute of it. So you'll have a full 2 minutes of toe raises and heel raises. So here we go. Up, heels up, toes up, heels up, rock back gently. So be in full control. There's our 10 seconds. All right, here we go. Let's do another set. And again, this is just 10 seconds for now. Here we go. Bring your toes up, bring your heels up. Toes up, heels up, and I'm always staying nice and easy through my range. I'm not going fast, I'm not slowing down. There's your 10 seconds, take your break. And we're gonna do one more. Here we go. If you're already feeling tight, or you might even have cramps in your calves, take a break. Oh, look at me. just recovering from what physical therapists are not immune to. All right, here's the third and final one for the ankle activity today. Okay, so we're going to be taking our feet and ankles out as far as we comfortably can and coming back in. Ideally, you'd want to do this for a full minute. We're just going to start at 20 seconds, just so you can see what you're capable of. Sometimes we think up here we can do more than we really can, so we got to let the body tell us that. So we're just going to have a practice round. We're going to do 20 seconds and see what you think of that. What does your body tell you you can and can't do? So here we go. You can feel it all the way up your legs, can't you? And into your hips. All right, so that's 20 seconds. I was starting back out. So come back to the center. How do you feel? If 20 seconds is too long for you, as we go into these next, I'm going to do 2 sets of 20. Just stop at the 15-second mark or stop at the 10-second mark. Start where you're comfortable with. Everybody's body is different. You just want to start where your body can start, and you will be able to do more and more. So don't despair. Your body's just going to need a little more strengthening than some others, and that's fine. The thing to think about is you're here doing it, and that's what's important. You're helping yourself today. All right, so we're going to set our timer for 20 seconds. Here we go. And again, you may very well feel this up in your thighs, through your hips, and that's great. It's a whole lower extremity strengthening workout, but it really makes the ankles coordinate the muscles, because that's what you want if you want to play pickleball, if you want to do court games, if you're going to be out helping your kids. That's the end of 20 seconds. This is really good for being active on your feet. So come back to center. We're just going to take some little steps. You might even do a little ankle circle. And we're going to do our next 20 seconds. All right, so here we go. And we're doing this for 20 seconds. Again, stop if you need to. If it's not that big of a challenge, keep going. You can feel your ankles working, can't you? It's a co-contraction. All the muscles around have to work together. There's our 20 seconds. Have to work together to give stability and stabilize those ankles. So it's really good for those of you who want to do pickleball, keep up with friends, family, kids, grandkids. It's fabulous for that. All right, that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.